Most people don't fail because they lack effort. They fail because they're addicted to speed. They want visible results in 30 days. They want transformation in 90 days. They want business success in a year. They want abs in 6 weeks. They want confidence by next month. And when it doesn't happen fast, they quit. Not because they can't succeed, but because it's not happening quickly enough. Let's be honest. You've done it. You started the gym. You ate clean for 2 weeks. You checked the mirror. Nothing dramatic. Motivation drops. You start questioning the process. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe I need something different. Maybe I'm just not built for this. So you switch programs. You switch routines. You switch strategies. You start over again and again and again. The problem isn't effort. The problem is impatience. And impatience is deeply psychological. We live in a world designed for speed, fast food, fast shipping, fast replies, fast entertainment, fast dopamine. Everything is immediate. So your brain expects progress to be immediate too. But growth doesn't operate on internet speed. It operates on compounding time. And compounding is invisible at first. That's why most people quit before it starts working. Let's go deeper. Chasing quick results is not just impatience. It's ego. You want proof. Proof that you're capable. Proof that you're progressing. Proof that it's working. And when you don't see proof quickly, you interpret that as failure. But real growth is quiet. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's invisible. And your ego hates invisible work. Because invisible work doesn't get validation. There's no applause for showing up consistently. There's no spotlight for eating clean on a random Tuesday. There's no celebration for saving money slowly. There's no reward for sticking to the plan when nothing dramatic happens. So your brain looks for excitement instead of consistency. And excitement kills long-term success. Let's bring this into real life. Gym. You train for 3 weeks. You don't see massive changes. You get discouraged. But what if muscle is built in years, not weeks? What if strength is built in seasons, not days? What if the body you want requires the patience you don't yet have? Work, you start a project, you post content, you apply effort, no big response, no viral moment, no instant recognition, so you think it's not working. But what if mastery requires repetition without applause? What if the first year is just building foundation? Business, you launch something. Sales are slow. Doubt enters. You pivot too early. You abandon strategy before data compounds. Not because it couldn't work, but because it didn't work fast enough. This is where identity matters. If your identity is someone who chases quick results, you will always restart. If your identity is someone who builds long-term, you stay. And staying is rare. Let's talk about the psychology of quick results. Quick results give quick dopamine. You feel progress, you feel rewarded. But long-term growth delays dopamine. It requires faith. Faith in the process, faith in repetition, faith in invisible improvement. And most people lack patience because patience feels like uncertainty. You don't know if it's working yet, so you look for something that gives faster feedback. But here's the truth. The things that change your life the most are the things that change slowly. Discipline, confidence, skill, reputation, body transformation, financial stability, mental strength, all of it compounds quietly. And if you quit early, you never experience compounding. You only experience starting. Over and over, let's challenge something. You don't actually want quick results. You want relief. Relief from insecurity. Relief from doubt. Relief from feeling behind. Quick results promise emotional relief, but they rarely build lasting identity. Because identity is built through endurance. When you stay consistent for months with no visible results, something deeper forms. Resilience. When you show up without applause, something deeper forms. Character. When you commit without immediate reward, something deeper forms. Self-trust. Self-trust doesn't come from speed, it comes from repetition. Now ask yourself, how many times have you restarted the same goal? How many times have you quit before momentum built? How many times have you confused slow progress with failure? Be honest, not to shame yourself, but to understand the pattern. Because the pattern is costing you years. Let's shift perspective. Instead of asking, how fast can I get results? Ask, how long am I willing to commit? That question changes everything. Because when you commit long-term, the urgency disappears. You stop panicking about short-term results. You focus on execution, daily execution, and daily execution compounds. Think in years and not weeks. Think in decades, not months. Imagine if you trained consistently for 5 years. Imagine if you built skill daily for 5 years. Imagine if you invested time and money for 5 years. Imagine if you improved your mindset for 5 years. 5 years of discipline beats 5 years of restarting. Every time. But 5 years sounds long because your brain wants fast reward. So here's the mindset shift. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. Outcomes fluctuate. Processes compound. When you love training, you don't panic about abs. When you love building, you don't panic about revenue. When you love learning, you don't panic about status. When you love showing up, you don't panic about applause. You become process-oriented, and process-oriented people outlast outcome chasers. Now let's make this practical. Here's a simple system. Step 1, extend your timeline. Whatever goal you have, double the timeline in your mind. If you think it'll take 6 months, assume 12. If you think it'll take a year, assume 2. This reduces pressure, and pressure often leads to quitting. Step 2, measure effort, not outcome. Track consistency, track reps, track days you showed up. Instead of asking, did I get results? Ask, did I execute today? Step 3, remove comparison. Quick result culture is fueled by comparison. You see someone succeed fast. You assume that's normal. You don't see the years behind the moment. Focus on your compounding curve, not someone else's highlight. Step 4, commit publicly to longevity. Privately, you don't need to announce it, but internally decide, I'm doing this for years. That decision changes your behavior, because when something is long-term, quitting feels heavier. Now here's something important. Slow growth feels boring, and boredom triggers distraction. So you jump to something new. New plan, new strategy, new excitement. But excitement resets the compounding clock. Every restart kills momentum, and momentum is everything. So discipline here is not about intensity. It's about staying. Staying when it's slow, staying when it's quiet, staying when results are subtle. That's maturity, and maturity builds power. Let's connect this to personal standards. If your standard is, I need fast proof, you will stay fragile. If your standard is, I build for years, you become stable. Stability beats intensity. Intensity burns out. Stability builds. And long-term builders always win because time favors the consistent. Now pause. Where are you rushing? Where are you forcing outcomes? Where are you quitting too early? Where are you confusing patience with weakness? Reflection creates awareness. Awareness creates control. Let's go deeper into identity. When you stop chasing quick results, you become someone different. You become calm. You become steady. You become focused. You stop reacting emotionally to short-term fluctuations. You stop panicking at small setbacks. You stop over-celebrating small wins. You operate with long-term vision. That changes your posture, your energy, your decision-making. Because now you're not desperate. You're deliberate. Desperation chases speed. Deliberation builds legacy. And this channel is about construction. Construction is slow, brick by brick, day by day. No building appears overnight, but foundations are poured quietly. You are pouring foundations every day. Or you are resetting the land. The choice is yours. Responsibility is yours. No one is forcing you to restart. No one is forcing you to chase fast results. That's your decision. And decisions compound. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you always need quick results, you are addicted to emotion, not progress. Progress is slow. Emotion is instant. Choose which one you value more, because you cannot optimize for both. Now imagine this. 5 years from now, version 1, you chased speed. You tried everything. You switched constantly. You gained small bursts of progress, but no deep mastery. Version 2, you stayed. You executed daily. You built quietly. You endured boredom. You trusted compounding. Which life looks stronger? Which identity feels more powerful? You don't need faster results. You need longer commitment. Stop asking how quickly. Start asking how consistently. Stop asking when it will happen. Start asking whether you're still showing up. Stop chasing quick results. Chase long-term construction. Because quick results fade, but constructed identity lasts. And when you build slowly, deliberately, consistently, you stop restarting, you stop doubting, you stop panicking, you build. And builders don't rush, they stay. Brick by brick, day by day, year by year. Your future will not reflect your excitement. It will reflect your endurance. So choose endurance, choose patience, choose long-term growth, and act like someone who builds for life, not for applause. Because you don't rise by rushing, you rise by remaining. And the one who remains wins.